Very warm welcome to this live session on leveraging technology for enhancing school and as well as the teacher education. On the occasion of the National Technology Day, which is May 11th, we are here to discuss about various digital initiatives that has been taken up in the school and teacher education level that is helping us to enhance the quality of education. So May 11th was designated as National Technology Day by the Indian government in the year 1999, and ever since the day has been very significant for the entire country. Keeping in mind the quickly developing pace of the country in the areas of science, technology, innovation and entrepreneurship, the topic for this year National Technology Day is Schools to Startups, Igniting Young Minds. So this is the theme for this particular year, and in this context today we are here to discuss about leveraging the digital technology for school and teacher education. So we have with us our guest, Professor Amrendra P. Behra, who is the Joint Director of CIT NCERT. We also have with us Professor Indu Kumar, who is heading the Department of ICT and Training Division of CIT NCERT, and also Dr. Abhay Kumar, who is Assistant Professor and also the in charge of the PM E-Vidya cell. And I'm here with you, Dr. Angel. I'm working as Assistant Professor in CIT NCERT. So we are here to deliberate and also discuss about the various initiatives taken up at school and teacher education levels. To start with, we have with us the Joint Director. Sir, can you please tell us about what is the policy perspective and policy directions in this regard to bring this digital education into action?
Thank you very much, Dr. Angel. Very good afternoon and namaskar to all of you. My colleagues from CIT, Professor Indu Kumar, who heads the Department of ICT and Training in CIT, and Dr. Abhay Kumar, who is in charge of PMA Vidya DTH TV channels, and also Dr. Angel, who takes care of the technical administration of the NISTA integrated teacher training programs in CIT, and all the viewers who are watching us on DTH TV channels from channel number 6 to 12 under PMA Vidya, and also those who are watching us on YouTube official channel of NCERT. First of all, greetings on the National Technology Day. As Dr. Angel mentioned, that the whole country is celebrating today National Technology Day as part of celebrating the diverse work we are doing in use and integration of technology. And also coming to the topic, leveraging technology for effective quality school and teacher education. All of us are aware that the National Education Policy 2020 has very recently come out, and almost 2.5 years we have completed the implementation. Also, the policy has given a lot of emphasis on use and integration of technology. So we will be discussing that also, and the digital initiatives what CIT has taken up as a part of implementation of the NEP 2020 and other national level documents that we will be talking about. So I must mention that India, if we talk about the India's scale in operation, if we discuss, so we have a demographic dividend of having 1.5 billion population. We have surpassed China also in population, and indeed it is not only a resource, but it is an opportunity also for all of us to work on this area and talk on these specific areas. And if we talk about the other demographic variables, dividends we have, so we have nearly 15 lakh schools in the country, and nearly 900 plus Indian universities in the country, and also clubbing together the school and higher education, we have 330 million students, 33 crore students in the system, and nearly, if we talk about the teacher education organizations in the country, 17,000 teacher education organizations are there. So in a way, another demographic dividend which we have is the large number of youths in our country. So 2/3 of our population are youth who need to be trained, skilled with the upcoming skills, and also we need to provide equitable quality education and lifelong learning for all. And not only that, India, since geographically, linguistically it is diverse, we need to bridge the digital divide also, which is our goal. So if I talk about the next slide, the policy directions in India, whether we talk about 1972 or today 2023, so always we have been having policy directions, but it is in the year 2015 when we had a Digital India campaign started and the Digital India document developed, and the whole country started working on it. So all the digital education and digital related initiatives took a speed of so promotion in a way. And if we talk about the recent couple of years, again the NEP 2020 has come out, and after the NEP 2020, so even two national level curriculum frameworks, National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage has been launched by our Honorable Minister on October 20th 2022, and also recently this month itself, last month, the government has released the National Curriculum Framework for School Education for a discussion, debate and having comments and suggestions. If we talk about the initiatives and the policy directions we have as a part of the policy, so the policy has very categorically mentioned in two dedicated chapters, the chapter number 23 and 24, the use and integration of technology, and it is for teaching, learning and assessment, even for overcoming the language barrier, because India is linguistically very diverse and we have 5 distinct language families starting from Aryan, Dravidian, Austroasiatic and Tibeto-Burman language family, and nearly 1700 languages. So again we need to use technology for overcoming this language barrier in the country. And also the policy talks about using technology for teacher preparation, both at pre-service and in-service level also. Not only that, we have a large population who are differently abled, specially abled. So the policy also talks about use and integration of technology for children with special needs by using assistive technology, so that the 21 different variety of disability as enlisted in the PWD Act 2016, their needs are addressed. And last not least, the technology needs to be used for research, for educational administration and management also, so that the technological overall in different places help to achieve the quality education and have a comparable quality of education across the stages. If I take you through the next slide, there are many issues and challenges I have already mentioned, but diverse condition in India, the diversity we have, whether it is linguistic, cultural, geographical, so that is also another concern which we need to take care of. And also we need to have adequate infrastructure everywhere. When we talk about digital education, we need to have labs in the school which are having virtual labs, even computer labs, so that children can see the digital content and learn. And also we need to have quality digital resources also, e-contents, e-books and other resources they are in place. And as I mentioned earlier, that India, we work on in the scale, particularly if we talk about the population, if we talk about the number of schools, if we talk about the number of teachers and number of students, like 15 lakh schools around 85 lakh teachers in schools itself, and nearly 26 crore students in the schooling system. So working at India's scale is always a challenge. So even our Honorable Prime Minister, when Digital India campaign was launched in 2015, he mentioned that the skill, scale and speed need to be achieved together by using technology. So similarly also I strongly feel that the technology can help us. If we see the slides, just a minute. If we see the slides, it should help us, and technology and the other resources needs to be convergence needs to happen. So whether it is NGO, government, corporate, startups, they need to work together, because this year also the theme of National Technology Day is also taking the startups together with us. So we need to know that also. And if we talk about the digital initiatives which have been initiated as part of the response to the diverse conditions in India, Prime Minister's e-Vidya program, which my colleague will be talking in detail, and the Diksha One Nation, One Digital Platform, the Prime Minister's e-Vidya program as One Class, One TV channel, and the e-Pathshala, where digital books, e-contents are available for the variety of learners, in the Nishtha integrated teacher training program, and the Swayam online courses for school students and the students, teachers at higher education level. These are the key initiatives which has been taken forward. And also NCERT has developed ICT curriculum for schools, for school students and teachers, so that the every teacher is prepared as a digital teacher, and every student is prepared as a learner with 21st century skills. If I take you through the next initiative, we have a large number of mobile apps as a part of this initiative, digital education initiative developed, whether it is Diksha mobile app, e-Pathshala mobile app, even PME Vidya AR app, even the NCERT in collaboration with Ministry of External Affairs and Ministry of Education has developed a portal and mobile app for Mauritius. So and for National Curriculum Framework also apps have been developed for survey from the different stakeholders. Even recently we have developed a Prasast mobile app, so which helps in screening the children, those who are having special needs at early age from class 1 onwards. So these are utility apps which as a part of technology initiative of Government of India which has been taken care of. If I take you through the next slide, e-Pathshala is again a mobile app and portal which is having a large number of content and being disseminated across the country, and also we have a large number of AR and VR content which is disseminated through Diksha and other thing, and we are also in the process of developing further. And I was mentioning about the Prasast mobile app for pre-screening of disabled children with different variety of disabilities. And similarly, if I talk about the other initiatives, recently based on the direction from the Government of India, Ministry of Education, so NCERT has come out with a Vidya Samiksha Kendra in NCERT. So the Vidya Samiksha Kendra helps us to provide opportunities to have a national level data on teacher training, on e-content utilization, even e-books utilization, and even having data in other related activities like midday meal schemes and all, which helps us in see and monitor the policy implementation at a national level through a bird eye view, through data visibility and all. And this was based on the Honorable PM's visit to Gujarat, when he visited in April, May last year to Gujarat, Vidya Samiksha Kendra, which was set up in the country for the first time. So the Honorable PM suggested that such kind of Vidya Samiksha Kendra supported by artificial intelligence and machine learning should be developed across the country in all the states and at the national level, so that the data driven decision making is taken care of. So with these words I thank all of you, and once again Greetings on the National Technology Day to all of you, and over to Dr. Angel for the next discussion.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving this background and also the history over which the India has been. In India, we have taken a lot of different digital initiatives, and we are keep progressing in taking up this technology into the education sector. We have with us Dr. Abe, who is also taking care of the PME Vidya DTH channel. So, can you elaborate us what we are doing and how this is beneficial for the viewers here with respect to the DTH TV channel and the radio?
Thank you very much, Dr. Angel. I would too like to join with Professor Behra in greetings all the viewers on National Technology Day today. As Dr. Angel was mentioning, the theme of this year's Technology Day is School to Startups. And I don't think there is the PM Vidya initiative is all about taking, we move from school education to startups, in the sense there are a lot of e-contents that need to be made, and startups can actually help us in developing e-contents. It was sometimes in 2020 when I would like all of you to recall the periods of the pandemic, when the COVID-19 had hit the country and lockdowns were declared, schools and colleges were closed. And at that time, Government of India announced PM E-Vidya program. What this program tries to do is it seeks to unify all efforts which have been taken in the realm of technology, in the realm of educational technology, in order to reach out to students, in order to enhance their learning outcomes, in order to impart personalized learning to students. So it has got several components. We know that technology evolves. So we have moved from days of radio to television to internet. And as Professor Behra was mentioning, we are not only a huge country, but we are also a very diverse country. So the diversity gets reflected in our varied socio-economic conditions as well. So what we find is that during pandemic, what we found that once schools and colleges shifted to online teaching learning, everyone did not have access to the devices, they did not have access to the internet. So what government decided that let us start using all available technology in order to reach out to every student in the country. Television has a greater reach than internet, and radio has even greater reach than television. So this is how the entire program began in 2020, the PM E-Vidya program. So it has got primarily 5 components, what we call the 5 components of PM E-Vidya. One, of course, is television, that is under one class, one channel initiative. There were 12 DTS TV channels were started in 2020. In fact, at that time, I would consider these 12 channels were part of Swayam Prabha initiative, which government had launched in 2016. And I would consider that this particular initiative of Swayam Prabha had a far-reaching impacts that no one had thought about COVID-like situations happening in 2016. But when we were faced with a situation like COVID-like situation in 2020, it was these TV channels which actually helped us in reaching out to students. So, we had at that time most of these channels were dedicated for higher education, but out of 34 Swayam Prabha channels, 12 channels were given to school education, and NCERT was made the nodal agency to start preparing contents, and we started sharing contents with BISEC, which is another institution of the Government of India located in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar. So we shared our contents with them, and then from there they telecast the content. So this particular initiative had a far-reaching consequences in terms of reaching out to students in a situation, in a COVID-like situation where schools and colleges were closed. And in fact, today in fact, in the last year's budget, Government of India has announced that the 12 DTS TV channels will be enhanced to 200 more DTS TV channels. And this particular initiative, this time when the government is planning to have 200 more DTS TV channels, the idea is to telecast contents in various other Indian languages. Right now, NCERT has been telecasting video contents in Hindi, English and in Indian sign languages. This will be the first time that we will, through 200 DTS TV channels, we want to telecast telecast contents in various other Indian languages as well. And keeping in view the federal structure of our country, we would also like to ensure that these contents are also, right now our contents are based on NCERT syllabus. We would like that the content should also be telecasted on the basis of the state boards. And another important objective of these DTS TV channels is to ensure, to telecast contents which can be helpful for young students, young men and women of our country, those who are seeking jobs, those who have to, for some reason or the other, they have to seek the help of the coaching institution. What we want that instead of going to coaching institution and spending hefty amounts, we would like them to take help of the these satellite TV channels which are available on various cable network, and it's also available on Doordarshan's free dish network. The other component of the PM Vidya, of course, is, as I said in the beginning, is the radio. And as we all know the importance of the radio, it has got greater reach, and so we have already been broadcasting our contents through more than 400 radio stations, which include about 130 All India radio stations, Akashvani radio stations, and about more than 250 community radio stations. And these contents are also quite useful, and we have been getting feedbacks from students from across the country about the radio contents. The third component, of course, of this PM Vidya program is, as Professor Behra was mentioning in the beginning, the Diksha, which is part of the One Nation, One Digital platform. And the fourth, as I said, that India is not only huge but is also diverse, and sometimes this diversity lead to discriminations also. So we have a special concern about we have the concern for the what we call concern related to inclusive education. So we have children with what we call the young children or children with special needs. So when we are thinking of creating contents, we are also creating contents keeping in view of such children. We have already, as I said, we have made a large number of contents in Indian Sign Languages. And the fifth component, of course, is relates to the internet, the fact that the online courses or massive open and online courses, which is which is hosted on the SWAYAM platform of the Government of India, and all these courses are available freely there on SWAYAM platform, and these courses are anyone can access, can get themselves enrolled and learn from these courses. So these are the 5 main components of the PM Vidya program: television, radio, Diksha, special e-contents and online courses. Right now, as I said, we have been telecasting our contents through 12 PM Vidya DTS TV channels, which will soon become 200. And I think in another month or so, in 2 months, we will be able to launch these 200 PM Vidya DTS TV channels. So right now we have been telecasting. When we started telecasting our through PM Vidya DTS TV channels, we produced large number of video programs. Right now we have produced about close to 7,000 video programs. We have also been holding regularly live shows. In fact, right now as we are speaking is going live. So this is a regular feature on all our 12 PM Vidya DTS TV channels, that every day we have been organizing live sessions on topical issues for the school children. Besides that, one of the important, whenever we when we undertake such initiatives, naturally the next question is that who are the viewers and how they are viewing about this particular initiative. So it's difficult to get the exact number of viewership of the TV content or the radio content. So there is always an indirect method to get the the exact number of viewerships. So we have developed certain mechanisms here in NCERT. These mechanisms are that we have developed a mechanism like IVRS, integrated voice response system. Then we also we regularly receive emails from our students where we get their regular feedback. So through that we try to keep in touch with our students and we continuously strive to make our contents better. When one of the primary objectives of having these TV channels is to develop good engaging contents where students can learn better. Through radio stations we also we have been been broadcasting as I said through more than 400 radio stations, and we also have subscribed to one internet radio, and more than 4,000 audio pieces have been broadcasted using these radio stations. I think this is as far as the this particular initiative PM Vidya program is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for praising all of us with the various initiatives related to the TV and the radio channels. And as you mentioned, Diksha is part of the PM Vidya initiative as an umbrella initiative. So I request Professor Indu to appraise about what is happening with the Diksha as an initiative and how all various stakeholders of education can be benefited out of it. Yes, ma'am.
So first of all, I would also like to greet all my viewers on the occasion of National Technology Day. As I have been given the responsibility to appraise our viewers on the Diksha portal. So Diksha, as already has been told by Professor Behra, it has been envisaged as one nation, one platform kind of an initiative to disseminate all kinds of content to be disseminated through Diksha. So what all is offered by Diksha, let us understand that. So Diksha is a repository of open educational resources. So all the content which we are disseminating through Diksha are free to be accessed by all our viewers, all our stakeholders. Then apart from this, it is a collaborative platform where it is not that it is one nation, one platform, so everything is controlled from the center, from the national level, but it is a federated structure where all the states and UTs are there on Diksha as tenants, and as tenants they have their own separate spaces on Diksha so that they can have content in their local languages and local be it textbooks or be it digital contents in different languages. So Diksha platform provides this opportunity also to our stakeholders, to different states and UTs, so to have their own space and use it in any which manner they want to use it. Then there is curriculum aligned content which are there on Diksha, and we also get analytics about the uses of Diksha. Then it also provides multilingual supports. So there are contents on Diksha which are in 36 languages currently. So we can access contents in 36 Indian and some of the foreign languages. Then Diksha can also be accessed offline. So as per NEP 2020, as you can see on screen, there are some dedicated verticals also which are developed for specific needs. We all know that foundation literacy and numeracy is one of the areas of major concern where we need to develop foundational literacy and numeracy among learners of that particular age, and this development is taking place in a mission mode, and the mission is Nipun Bharat mission. To have all the contents to just implement this mission, we are having a separate vertical which carries all sorts of digital contents for the development of foundational literacy and numeracy, and all these contents are aligned to the 3 developmental goals and learning outcomes of foundational literacy and numeracy. Then there is another vertical for adult education, and this vertical is called education for all verticals. Then there are also virtual labs which are there on Diksha, and this is also as per the recommendation of NEP 2020. So as we all know that children with special needs have to be given special attention, and there should be dedicated content which is suitable for meeting their educational needs. So we have content for CWSN also. This vertical is under development right now. Soon we will be having this vertical on Diksha, but there is a provision to have a separate verticals. Then we have vocational education verticals also on Diksha, and Jadui Pitara, which was launched physically by our Honorable Education Minister on 20th Feb 2023, and we have digital Jadui Pitara in place on Diksha as well. So this is to make instant reach to any initiative which has been launched by the government. Then as we can see on the next slide, so Diksha, what all content Diksha have, and the number of those contents also. So right now we have around 6,500 plus energized textbooks on Diksha, and this carries textbooks from different states and UTs as well. And then we have 3,12,920 pieces of e-content. So some of most of the e-contents are aligned to the QR codes of the energized textbooks that we have. Apart from this, we also have 9,300 plus e-courses which are again developed by in collaboration with different states and UTs. So they are there on Diksha, and around 31.2 million page hits are there on daily basis on Diksha. So I have already mentioned that it supports 36 languages, which includes 22 scheduled languages and Indian Sign Language also. So we have content on Indian Sign Language as well. So as far as digital content is concerned, we can see in this slide that we have variety of digital contents on Diksha, and this variety includes energized textbooks, then assessment questions, infographics, e-courses which I have already mentioned, guidelines and handbooks, guidelines for e-content developments, and handbooks on the areas such as cyber safety and security and other areas of concern. Then we have video, including Indian Sign Language videos to cater to the need of children with special needs. Then there are also interactive gamified content on Diksha, so that children get an experience of immersive learning. Then apart from all these, we also have audio books, talking books, and other audio programs on Diksha. So there are also worksheets and assessment sheets on Diksha. So these are the variety of digital contents that we have. So in the next slides, let us see what all is there, what is more that we have on Diksha. So all these contents are aligned to curriculum, and also some contents which are generic to address the specific areas which are related to education, but not aligned to curriculum, if we say that. Then these contents are age appropriate for various stakeholders, and these stakeholders are students, teachers, teacher educators, and parents. Then contents are based on UDL, Universal Design of Learning. As we all know, when we face a class, we encounter with different kind of learners which have different learning styles. Some learn good by seeing, some by doing, some by listening, and some by involvement of all the senses. So that is the kind of learning style that the different learners have. So universal design of learning content is designed in a way which caters to all these variety of learners. Then there is also a possibility of collaboration and partnership. We are partnering for pooling content and also for content creation. So that is how e-content on Diksha are developed and disseminated. So you can see in the next slide an example of e-content based on a universal design of learning. Dr. Angel, can we move on to the next slide? So where the e-content based on UDL is seen. So here you can see there are subtitles also, video is also there, and a signer who is signing for the Indian Sign Language. So it caters to different variety of learner. Audio is also there, video is there, text is there, and Indian Sign Language is also there. So Diksha has different building blocks, and these building blocks are for, as you can see in the next slide. So you can see the building blocks which caters to, which are there for having energized textbooks, teachers professional development, having question banks, then content sourcing, content authoring, we can also author content, to develop and disseminate quizzes, content consumption is one major area. Then data tools and dashboards are also available on Diksha. Apart from this, we are also in the process of developing digital credentials for our users. Then collaboration is also there, which I have already explained. Then there is also a possibility of having things in phygital format. What is phygital, I will be explaining shortly. Then there is a software called C-Cube, which also relates to Diksha building blocks. Professor Behra already mentioned about Vidya Samiksha Kendra, and this Vidya Samiksha Kendra's data emission is using this C-Cube software. So that is also one of the building blocks of Diksha. Apart from this, there is a possibilities of carrying out surveys on different aspects. Then there is also language translation tool which is available on Diksha, which is integrated with Diksha. Then mentoring is also possible, and all these are the Diksha platform itself is built on Sunbird technology, which has this strength of handling a huge traffic, and the site portal doesn't crashes, which real time, if the number of real time users is very large, and this supported us during the time of pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. So let us see what do we mean by having this phygital initiative. As I have already mentioned that the textbooks on Diksha are QR coded textbooks, and we can scan these QR codes of physical textbook by a mobile app, and by doing so we can get the e-content aligned to the QR code. Apart from this, there are AR VR content also which are integrated with the images of these textbooks, and by scanning the images through AR app we can get a 3D experience of wherever there is a requirement of having 3D experience in the textbooks. So apart from this, there are virtual labs which I have already mentioned. More than 200 virtual labs are there, and also gamified learning experience is also possible on Diksha. So these were some of the capabilities which are there on Diksha, and Apart from this, we have also developed, the Department of ICT and Training has also developed an experiential learning center. So, this experiential learning center is there to demonstrate all kinds of new technologies and devices which are suitable for catering to the educational needs. So, that is all which we have for Diksha and other educational initiatives. So, this slide you can see some example of game based learning. So, where children can interact with the kind of games that we have, and they can have an immersive learning experience. So, this is the image you can see in the image our experiential learning center, when where AR VR devices, contents and other newer technologies are demonstrated. Thank you, Dr. Angel. So, that is all from my side.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving the complete information about the Diksha. And Diksha has many things to offer to the various stakeholders who are part of the school and teacher education. And it's very important that we try to use all this in our teaching learning process as well. So, there are several initiatives which we have been speaking about in the last few minutes, that there are several digital initiatives taken up. But when we see the implementation part, there is a kind of a gap, because of which there is a lack of awareness about these initiatives, or there is a lack of understanding about this, how this can be pedagogically integrated into the classroom teaching learning process. That's where the capacity building becomes an important aspect, where we are talking about various capacity building initiatives. So, let me just take you through few of the capacity building initiatives that are taken up by CIT and NCERT in developing the digital skills among the teachers, students and other stakeholders. So, one of the major initiative which is happening across the country is the NISHTA program, which is a holistic development program for the teachers and school heads. And as part of it, there are 4 levels of NISHTA that has happened already, which we see here that there is a NISHTA that has happened for the elementary level, covering up teachers from class 1 to 8, and NISHTA secondary level, which is covering class 9 to 12 as per the new policy. And the NISHTA for Nipun Bharat is focused on foundational learning and numeracy, foundation literacy and numeracy, wherein the teachers from pre-primary till class 5 have been addressed through this program. And the last program that's ongoing right now is NISHTA ECCU, to prepare the CRCs, BRCs and the leaders of the Anganwadi workers, to build them for ensuring the foundational literacy and numeracy at the Anganwadi level itself. So, when we see these 4 programs which has been conducted, most of the states have initiated this, and many of them have been benefited from this. This particular program aims at building a holistic understanding of the pedagogical implementation, as well as the cross-cutting areas like gender sensitivity, ICT and all this. So, this is a major initiative, and almost every single teacher in the school in the country has been touched through this program. And the second initiative which we can see here is the general CPD courses, which is running on the platform Diksha, whereas there are short courses just starting with even a 1-hour course till a 10-hour course, and it has a different duration. And as per the national education policy, we know that every teacher and school head is expected to complete 50 hours of CPD. So, this is one opportunity that any teacher or school head can make use of it to complete their continuous professional development through online courses that's being offered through Diksha. It's not only NCERT is offering, but every state is also offering as per the requirement or the need that emerges from the state or the UT and also the autonomous organization. So, the users can make use of these courses to build the capacity building of themselves in the specific areas. So, the third initiative, if you see here, It's basically to build the competency of students and as well to support them for an extended learning other than the school. It's for MOOCs for school education that's being conducted through the Swayam portal. Already the viewers have asked some questions like where do we really get the information of this courses. We could see that there is an interest that people wanted to do. You will be able to see the details of the courses and their course links in the CIET website, where you can search under the menu bar which is written as resources. So we have the school MOOCs completely there. Currently there are 28 courses which is running, which can be taken up by basically the courses for class 11 and 12 subjects. Across 11 subjects the courses are there, but we do see teachers taking up this course to build their understanding about how to teach that particular content. Also we see people who are preparing for their competitive exams taking up this course. So it's an open course, anybody can join this course and be benefited out of it. The last initiative is online capacity building on IT and ET. When we see this particular program, there is a need for continuously appraising us on various areas of educational technology and IT, because it's a dynamic area which keep on changing, and also it's very important for building the digital capacity in using technology in classroom, developing digital content. So this is a 5 hours online program which runs through our YouTube channel, as well as it is simulcasted through all the DTH programs. So any teacher or any other stakeholders of the education can participate in this program, and it's a certified program because based on the training there will be a post assessment, and who really meets the requirement for certificate only will get a certificate. This can be used for their 50 hours of CPD as well. So this particular information is also available in CIET website, where you can see under events which is written as workshops and trainings. So CIET website has details of all the initiatives which we have been speaking during the session. When you go to digital initiatives part, you will be able to see all the initiatives which we have discussed. So coming to the end of the session, we have seen here that the Swayam course is also, when you go to this Swayam portal, you may not be immediately able to see just the course. The thing is you need to search for the courses given by NCERT, and you will be able to find out all the courses. Not only these initiatives for capacity building, there are lots of the standards and guidelines in digital education that has been prepared, which can be utilized for enhancing the digital education. There is a guideline called Pragyata which defines what kind of tools can be used, what is the screen time for which level, and also it guides on a pedagogical approach of how integration can happen in the classroom. And also there is a guideline for developing digital content, not only for the normal for the all children, but also for children with special needs. Also to create awareness about the disabilities and the accessibility, how we need to really support inclusiveness. There is a comic book which is called as Priya the Accessibility Warrior. These are some of the resources that can be accessed under the resource column of CIET NCERT, which is readily available for you. And the major concern area, cyber safety, is also being taken care. There is a regular training session in every first week of the month. There will be a 5 hours training on various areas of cyber safety, which you can take it online and also get the certificate for attending the training based on your performance in the post assessment. Other than that, there are several guidelines which NCERT has prepared and which is made available for you, for not just for free access but also for free circulation. You can just download it because all this content are released under Creative Commons license, so that it can be shared by any of you for further purpose. Even it is allowed for you to, the states can also take it for translation purpose and then disseminate among the various stakeholders. Just not these initiatives, to take this to a next level, actually it's not only within India, there is several collaboration happening with other countries as well, where we are leveraging this digital technology to enhance learning process. There is partnership with Mauritius, Israel, and also with Nepal, and also with Korea and other countries. So it's a proud moment for NCERT, the CIT NCERT as well. For there are several appreciations that CIT NCERT has received for taking up this digital initiatives. So this is an encouragement not only for CIT NCERT, for everyone who is contributing in this country towards the digital education, that there is appreciation for using digital technology in classroom processes. And we have been hearing in this session that there are several digital initiatives that are taken up by Government of India and being implemented through NCERT, but it's now time for everyone to realize that there are several things freely available before us. Let's take a decision to use it and be benefited out of it. As part of this National Technology Day, we thank everyone who is watching this session on behalf of the complete CIT team who is there in this panel discussion. And not only thanking you, we also encourage you to make benefit of this digital education initiatives which are taken up, so that we will be able to use this technology from school level till the startup. So thank you one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you.